This game continues to screw me, so here we are, reviewing Beta Ray Bill at level 70, trapped in Amber, unable to go higher. Same thing goes for Gladiator. He's stuck at 89, he's stuck at 73. It's just a crawl. I'm just not going to buy this shit. I'm just not. It's like $50 for this shit. If you deduct the rest of the stuff that you get for the pack, it's like 4,000 crystals for $110. I'm not paying like $50, $60 for a stupid ticket. It's ridiculous. And I can tell, well, confirmation bias or not, it seems like in the last few months, they've really dialed down the luck for potential, because I used to one-shot every third or fourth character. I haven't been able to one-shot anybody anymore. The last person I one-shotted was Cyclops. So since then, I've gone the distance with Mystique, I've gone the distance with Madeline, I've gone the distance now with Gladiator and Beta Ray Bill. That's 4 in a row where I've gone the distance. Yeah, I mean, not to mention Wendell, I went the distance more or less, and I also I think Icon I one-shotted, but yeah, those potentials don't really count. They're much easier. So it's unfortunate. It is the way that it is, but I still have a good review for you because Beta Ray Bill is quite nice. Now, before we get too into the review, for those of you that watched yesterday's video on Gladiator, and if you haven't seen it, go and watch it now. But for those of you who watched it already, I have a little bit of additional value to add to his review. On top of everything else that I mentioned, he is also, from what I've been told, as good or better than Odin for ABL, which is a huge bonus. So not only do you get the #1 combat hero for ABX, but you're now also getting the #1 alien hero male for ABL, #1A or 1B. That's fantastic, and that essentially means that if you have any interest in pushing or competing for ABX and ABL, one or the other, you have to get this uniform, and you're probably going to want to tier 4 him as well. Beta Ray Bill, on the other hand, is a little bit more complicated. You need him as well, but for different reasons. As far as the uniform options go, they're pretty good, just like Gladiators. You got Spider-Man, Back to Basics, She-Hulk, Dr. Octopus, End of the Earth, Enchantress, and then Jean Grey. Probably the best optionals we've seen ever, especially considering you have 2 insanely meta tier 4s and another PvP meta tier 4. Absolutely bonkers value here in his uniform options. Speaking of his uniform, a lot of value comes from the uniform effect, which turns Beta Ray Bill into a support. Now, it applies to all alien allies, which means he gives Thor, Odin, Star-Lord even, Gladiator himself, that 35% basic damage increase to villains, which is great. It's better than, for example, Wave's support passive. So it's quite nice. It's only for aliens, but it is very good and basically one of the best supports now for that same day of ABL that I mentioned, Alien Hero Male. So whether you've been using Star-Lord with Rocket and Groot, or you've been using Thor, or you've been using Odin, or you're going to be using Gladiator, you're going to be using this boy as well for his support. So yeah, if you have any interest in pushing ABL, you kind of got to buy both of the native tier 2 uniforms. However, we also need to remember that he's no longer a leadership for Thor and Odin, not that Odin needs a lead, with his new uniform. His new uniform increases fire damage, which is really good for him, but not really good for anyone else. It also doesn't really help. It's not synergistic with someone like Jean Grey because she's not an alien, so she can take advantage of the lead, but not the passive. There's not a lot of aliens that also deal fire damage because Human Torch is a human, etc. But yeah, it's sort of an awkward position for him to be in, not to mention the fact that they didn't change his Might of Uru's 6th skill to deal fire damage. I think this is an oversight. I think the devs should change this, but for the time being, this is why I don't really recommend in his rotation to play into the 6th skill, because especially if you're using his self-lead to buff his damage, there's no damage buff for the 6th skill. The base rotation is pretty easy. It's 3 cancel 4, slight delay into 5. You're going to want that slight delay so you get the lightning from the 4th skill to, it's lightning but it's fire, sorry, to land at the same time as the flames from the 5th skill. So 4, he sort of raises up his axe, and then you go right into 5. You should be getting about 120 hits, especially when you count on all that lingering fire damage. It's really nice, but it is a pretty quick delay. So you do need to practice canceling 4 into 5. Otherwise, you're going to accidentally proc on 4, and that's not really the big money maker. Some people will suggest that you then do 3, 4, 5, 6 and proc on 6. I hate this idea, for the aforementioned fact that his leadership no longer buffs him, also for the fact that this has fewer hits than 5, also the animation is longer, so you're locked into it. I just hate it all around. However, it has the very important accumulation skill, so you can't ignore the awakening. So for the awakening rotation, you're going to want to do 3, 4, 6, 5. That's the way to do it. Just instant cancel the 6. I think Odin has a few hits. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. because the 4 and the 5 take care of you. But yeah, that's basically the rotation. Very straightforward. Probably not quite as easy as Icon, Wendell, and Gladiator, but still very, very easy. So the rest of the build goes, we have 2 Odin's Blessings, we have stage 12 Power of Angry Hulk, we have max type enhancement, we have no artifact, and then we have a 180 crit damage generic proc. Now this is what the stats look like. We have all the pretty important stuff capped out. And yeah, remember that Beta Ray Bill has access to leadership, super juicy, so you can pair him up with White Fox for mucho damage. However, since Gladiator is the best alien male now for ABL, Beta Ray Bill doesn't really have any ABX ABL coverage aside from being a support. He does have coverage as a support, but not as a damage dealer, which means his primary value as a damage dealer for your roster is going to be for World Boss and GBR. So remember that stage 75 of Null that Gladiator did? Well, our boy Beta Ray Bill is here to do the same thing. Absolutely crushing it here with the opening rotation. Nearly 5 bars. And just like, I believe it's Gladiator, yeah. You can anticipate the beginning of his rotation by waiting until there's about 1 second on his 5th skill. Watch the cooldown on my 5. We're going to wait. Oh, I got knocked back. Okay. You'll see it on the next rotation. But basically, because we know we have to delay cancel the 4, we're going to... Oh, do I not have to do that again? Okay. We're going to sort of start that up in advance. Okay, I can show you guys here. All right, ready? Here, I'm going to show you here. So 3, 2, there you go. See, I started it up a little early, and that way you can really maximize the timing. Now, he doesn't have super armor on his kit, so you will unfortunately get guard broken at times by certain enemies' attacks. In this case, it's Null's knockback. Other characters have some guard break. Ultron has some guard break. Gore has some guard break. But yeah, it's not too bad. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of burst, as you can see here. So you don't get a lot of value when enemies iframe away from you. But he does have nice range, so you can start up your rotation a little far and let the enemy walk into you because he ramps that way, which is quite nice. I think we missed our proc, which is unfortunate. We would have gone to the next. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. So this is a generic, by the way. This is a generic 180 proc with crit damage. If this bad boy had fire damage, oh Nelly. Oh, Nelly, he would be going fast. Am I right? He would be going fast. I don't know what's going on with the proc. I've missed it a couple of times here. Oh, he's doing the spike thing. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what's happened with the proc. It's kind of all over the place right now. I think I missed a few of them. I got too excited after that last one. But his survivability does seem better. Oh, I'm going to have to... Oh, tanked it. Nice. That worked out. We're not going to be able to push him through. No. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, he can easily take the stage down. I would say in the same time as Gladiator, maybe a little bit faster. I did miss some procs there, so we certainly could be 10 to 20 seconds faster if I had cleaned those up. So I think this is a great first showing from him. But of course, as a universal, he's got a little bit more flexibility, and of course this is triple support because he's his own support, so he can go a little bit further. Remember that stage 69 of Mephisto? What about 74? Yup, here we go, rocking it with the Ghost Panther. Yeah, the Ghost Panther support now, so this is gonna hit even harder, boys. Oh, he's doing 1 to 1.4 million per hit. Oh, the damage is juicy. Oh, the damage is juicy. It's not just juicy, it's juicy fruity. It's juicy fruity, boys. Oh, I thought we were gonna pass through. He's not quite as fast on his feet as Gladiator. So, you know, the speed is a downgrade. Obviously, he doesn't have the healing that Gladiator has. But the damage, look at the damage. Look at the damage. We went up 5 stages and he does it like 5 seconds faster. Part of this, of course, is thanks to his own support passive, and then of course Ghost Panther's insane value support passive. But hey, that is the that's the benefit of being a fire damage character, right? So yeah, that's just the way it is, right? Other characters just can't leverage these supports the way he can. So yeah, this is too juicy, too fruity. Oh, we missed a proc. Yeah, I would say, yeah, he's a little bit less proc friendly. He's a little bit, tiny bit harder to proc on, I would say, than Gladiator. But I certainly wouldn't say that he's not proc friendly. And I also, personally, I've seen some people suggesting like a mini rage proc. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that personally. If you still have a judgment on him, that's great. If you have an energy on him, I think that's great. I think you can still stick with that as well. Honestly, I think he rocks it. I think he absolutely rocks it. So yeah, survivability can be a little bit of an issue, but look at this damage. Oh, the proc was super late that time. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. We were doing so well for time, and then the game just kind of screwed with me. That's really unfortunate. It's so annoying when this kind of stuff happens because part of it's out of my control. Like a couple of those procs were missed by me, but a couple of them, that last one especially, was just the game deciding, you know what, we're just not gonna activate. There's a 10% chance to activate, and we're just not gonna activate. But yeah, he's flying through this, man. The fact that he can do a higher stage than Gladiator and do it faster with the same 180 proc is just so dirty. He's so good, man. Look at this. Ripping through nearly 5 bars. Now, he's not as tanky as Gladiator, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful. He has the iframe on 5, so you don't have to worry, but you don't want to sit there standing in purple abilities being like, I wonder if he can tank this. Not his forte. Doesn't have the extra defense on his passive, doesn't have the auto healing, that sort of stuff. I mean, I know they're not like one-to-one comparison, him and Gladiator, but it's kind of hard not to compare them when they come out in the same update. They're both alien male heroes, you know, they're both part of the Annihilators. There's going to be no comparison for Silver Surfer when he drops, but until then, stage 25 of Gore? No, we're going up to stage 29 with Nick Fury and White Fox. Let's see how this shit rips. Hell yeah. Yes, bro. Look at all that damage. You want to make sure here that you squeeze out an extra rotation after the 6-skill rotation because the accumulation is running out. So you're going to notice here that the next rotations don't hit as hard. They only do about 1.5 bars of damage because he doesn't have the accumulation. This occurs for 2 rotations until you're back to having the awakening up. So it's just something you have to deal with. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of the zone a little bit, but not bad. We still get some good damage here. 19 bars, doing really good. You gotta like be a bit finicky with the targeting there, but he stays outside of the Pierce reduction zone. The most difficult part I would say in this first part is here against these clones, because his targeting can be a little wonky. So, and you want to do enough damage, so you kind of have to just go all out with the skills. You got to do like multiple skills versus one enemy to get through, because otherwise he kind of doesn't do enough damage with just one skill on each enemy. Maybe the 5th skill is the only one that can really chop things up. You can see the targeting so good on the 5 though. So yeah, we get through that very, very easily. Really nice. I desperately wanted to like go there, but yeah, we should be good here. Oh yeah, we're so good. Nice, really nice. So 330 and we're in the next phase. This is fantastic. Yeah, the real big trick there is being aggressive with your 2nd rotation after you pop the awakening because of the accumulation. So you'll see here the first rotation is weak. It's just like kind of weak damage. Okay, we didn't even proc there, so whatever. You could just completely ignore that in that case. But you'll see here that the next 2 rotations are going to hit hard, right? You see that damage? It's like flowing. And then the very next rotation, you want to just like aggressively go. You don't want to miss your proc, obviously, but because the accumulation runs out with about 1 second left on your proc, you don't want to be waiting. And that's why I pointed out in the earlier null portion for Beta Ray Bill that you can activate the 4th skill. Okay, we missed our proc there because for some reason the 5th skill wasn't doing any. Like I pressed it and nothing was happening. But you want to activate. Okay, the proc just didn't activate again. What the fuck is going on? This is super weird, man. I'm like being sabotaged. Super weird here. It's really delayed. Okay, we still got this. I don't know what the hell's going on, but that proc was like mega, ultra, giga delayed. Anywho, When you boom, got him. Yo, 2 minutes and change. We're gonna play this one out because I want to explain this one with visuals. Basically, when there's about 1 second left on the 5, you can start your rotation. You can do 3, cancel 4, because you have to delay. And so the 3, cancel 4 with a slight delay should take about a second. And so you want to do that especially on the second rotation after your awakening, which is what you're going to see here that I do. Because we're going to do this, right? And then the next rotation, we want to be aggressive. I think I missed my proc. Yeah, okay, I missed my proc. It's really cool. That's unfortunate we missed. That's okay, though. But yeah, just to show you that you want to be aggressive so you take advantage of the accumulation. Because, yeah, without the accumulation, I'll be honest, his damage seems a bit not too good. And so you can... Not that you want to skip rotations, but with Beta Ray Bill, you do kind of need the awakening, right? You can see here with the awakening, we're doing like 1.5 bars. And then, of course, with the proc after, we're actually struggling here with the added pierce damage reduction. We're actually struggling. Damn, I don't know if he can do this. Damn, I should have tried Gladiator as well, because this is a bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Should have waited for the awakening to come back. These clones are actually so annoying. It's actually so crazy. Okay, I baited them out near him so we can take them out at the same time. You know what, though? His survivability is actually better than I thought it was going to be. You got to get that rotation in, though, after the awakening, because otherwise it can be really tough. I was not supposed to get hit by that. This is going to be a little bit... Oh, this is going to be really tight here. Very nice. Oh, no, I missed my proc. No, Beta, please. Let's go. Holy shit, bro. That was tough. Okay, I goofed up a little bit there. The last phase with with Gore is actually really hard with him dashing around and shit. I do still really like Beta Ray Bill's survivability and his targeting. But yeah, maybe that wasn't... Like, the first part was definitely way smoother than the second part. And last but not least, let's test him out against Dormammu GBR in solo mode. Now, I would use Ghost Panther instead of Nick Fury here, but I already used him for Ghost Rider, so forgive me. But here we go. Let's see how the first rotation pops off. Not bad. Casual 34 bars. I think that's nearly a one-shot with an energy, with a 200 energy or a 200 rate, 200 judgment. Very nice. We're not going to pop off quite as hard here on this rotation because he doesn't have the accumulation, but it's still enough to get to the next phase. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's the nice thing about awakening characters. Now, we're going to delay here for a couple of seconds because we want the 6th skill up. We want that accumulation up. The sooner we do it, the sooner we can do it again. So we don't want to delay it. Good example there of starting the rotation a little early to incorporate the accumulation again, because now you're going to see the damage is a little bit worse. And unlike, honestly, shit, it's still pretty good, man. He still bangs. Unlike Gladiator, you do need to be weary of this stuff a little bit. I wouldn't say like too much, but a little bit. Ah, we missed our proc. No, the damage is still good, but no, damn. That was the money maker. That was the money maker. All right, one missed proc is not bad. He's not 100% proc friendly like some of these dudes. Still pretty good though. I just need more practice, frankly. All right, yo, less than 2 minutes and we're already in the Faltine phase. Let's go. Oh, extra. Ooh, a little bit of extra damage too. Ooh, okay. Another benefit for awakening characters, of course, is that during the Faltine phase, you're just charging up your awakening. You're just, you know, you're working that cooldown. Very nice. We're gonna get feared there. That's okay. Ooh, nice damage. Nice damage there. Okay. So, 2 minutes and 10 seconds thus far. Not bad. Is he faster than Gladiator with the same build? But yeah, also universals have you know, type advantage against everybody. Right? I think it's over with the next rotation. And you know what? His survivability is not bad. It's not Gladiator survivability, but it's not bad. Let's go. We're done here. Oh, what? No proc? Are you kidding me? This happened again? Are you actually joking me? The proc just disappeared. I cannot with this game sometimes, man. I cannot with this game sometimes. The last 2 procs just fucked off. That's so crazy. That was like 100 hits with no proc. Statistically, that's impossible. It was 100 hits with a 10% chance on every single hit. To miss a 10% chance 100 times. You guys know the lore, right? Gambit. It's a statistical impossibility. It's basically statistically impossible. So there has to be some kind of bug or some kind of like thing happening in the game where it's like not the calculator's lagging or the CPU's lagging or some shit. Not my phone, of course, because this baby's new, but that's so sus, man. That's crazy that happened again. 100 hits with a 10% chance on each hit to proc that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, he was faster than Gladiator for GBR. That's nutty, dude. That is nut. And that's not even his best team for GBR because you can use Ghost Panther. That's dirty, dude. That's so dirty. So yeah, I really, despite not being as overall valuable as Gladiator, I really like Beta Ray Bill. I don't think he's worth tier 4 the way that Gladiator is. And my advice to you would be, if you had to choose between one of them, I would choose the tier 4 Gladiator personally, especially when you look at the list of remaining combat types. There's not that many, right? There's of course Apocalypse, right? He could be on the horizon as a native tier 2, tier 4, but he doesn't fill the same niche. He's not an alien, first of all, and he's not a villain, second of all. So really, Gladiator's biggest and almost his only competition is Mr. Fantastic. And even Mr. Fantastic as a tier 4, he won't be an alien, so he won't give you that ABL value, right? He'll compete in other stuff, combat, male, hero, and human, but not for alien stuff. And then of course everybody else is just kind of dumpster. You know, there's nobody here that's going to compete with him. So yeah, I think he stands to have more longevity in the space, rather than you know, Beta Ray Bill, where I mean Silver Surfer could end up being better than Beta Ray Bill. You know, with universals there's always somebody around the corner, right? Plus the fact that Beta Ray Bill is not even top dog right now for ABX ABL. But yeah, for GBR and World Boss Legend, oh my god, he's amazing. I've heard that he's better than Thor tier 4 when he's level 80. So if you haven't tier 4'd Thor, don't bother. Just level 80 this guy and just rock it. And just absolutely rock it. And he's got gorgeous visuals. So yeah, I still really like him. Obviously, he's a must-have as a support. But beyond that, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Beta Ray Bill. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button. I appreciate it. It helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.